I think I'm on. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. I have to relearn how to do the Zoom call again. I don't think I've used it since. All right. I can share. Okay. My family is home, so you might hear some kids every once in a while. Let me see. I gotta keep track of you guys so that I can send an amenity. Tanya, I just got your message, and Sarah had joined or had signed up, but she said she ended up had something to do, so she was not going to attend. And then Lauren, I didn't hear back from her when I sent if anybody wanted to sign up, so I'm going to assume she's not either. Alrighty.
You want me to message
I know.
her?
Everybody get in. That's Morgan. They're all going to want to see you guys.
Dana,
So, okay. I just learned to share on our TV. So I'm going to show you. They're watching our meeting on our TV through my computer. So I think they feel like they're watching a YouTube video is what's happening.
Hey, Dina. Dina,
All
do you want
right.
me to message Lauren to see if she wants to join?
Yeah, absolutely. Whoever wants to, let's get them on here.
Send her a message quick.
The only weird part about that. All right, so I have a table behind me that I want to show you guys some products really quick. So I'm gonna just bring my computer with me. We'll see how this goes. Actually, can you guys see that? The products on this table?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so what I wanted to show you is this deluxe, or not deluxe, it's the duffel. I just put this on here because I have been wanting it for 4 years, and I finally got it, and Jesse used it for our Maryland trip and really liked it. This is the one that has, it's got a shoe compartment on it. So I know a lot of people have been using this for a gym bag. I just wanted to show it to you in person so you can see kind of how big that was. And then this, I'm trying to do this backwards here. This little case here is new Get Creative. I have no idea the name of it, sorry. It's a new pattern. What is this thing called? It is the round caddy. So this is new this fall season, and it's got a ton of pockets on it. And also on this side, it's got like little pen pockets. They socialize this at conference. Obviously, it's great for art supplies, but as a puppy or as a dog case to put leashes and bags and that kind of stuff, they had used that. Girls, we can hear you though. You're being loud. This is, let me zoom out here, the Get Creative. I don't know what I this either. This is awesome. Caddy. Oh, it's just the Get Creative caddy. This is coming back. So this was part of the initial Get Creative launch that they just put away in the vault, and it's coming back. I always like to show this with the sides out because otherwise you have no idea that you have like a hidden gem of pockets in this thing. And then this is the pouches that are also going to be still available with the Get Creative stuff. And then this is the blanket that is going to be coming back in the red and the gray. This is the cream one they had last season. What I can tell you is we probably wash this weekly and it's still super soft. So this usually sells out right away as soon as they put it for sale. So make sure your customers know that the blanket is here because it will sell. It's a great Christmas gift too. And then this down here is the medium utility tote. That is coming back as a special. And I will tell you, it's also one of the amenities that you guys get for free. So that for doing the Celebrating Connect meeting. So that's the MUT. And then this is going to be a special also. This is the Retro Metro bag. Not in this pattern. This is an old pattern. But this is going to be one of the purses on special in the coming months, as well as this is the organizing shoulder bag. And this has been around for a really long time, but this will be on special. And they have a new one in a faux leather that I think is going to be really popular. This is the Essential Storage Tote, which is also going to be a special. And this is the new, I think it's Buffalo Plaid with the new berry personalization. Really pretty. It's going to be really popular. This is the Stand Tall bin that's on special for August. We have several of them in our house for laundry and stuffed animals and toys. It's usually $50, so the fact that it's on special this month is a pretty big deal. A lot of people usually really like them, but they don't want to spend the $50, and it's really tall. Here, children, can I have one of you? Oh, they left me. I don't know where they went. I was going to put them next to it. I would say it goes up past my knees. So that's how tall it is. It's a great bag. I like it because I get to carry multiples up the stairs. So it's nice for laundry. This is new. This is one of the things that we got at conference for free. One of the other great reasons to go to conference. I got this Essential Storage Tote for free with my N on it. And then I also got this new crossbody, and it's got wallet features inside, which is really cool. This is probably going to be really popular as well, and that's in that buffalo plaid.
What's the name of that one, Dana?
This one is called, it's called Inspired Crossbody Limited. So yeah, I love the wallet features, and it's got 6, 7, 8. It's got 10 card slots in this thing. It's got them over here, but it has it over here too, and then an ID slot. So I think this one's going to be really cool. This I just wanted to show you because this is what we do for ribbons for conference, and it's always fun and something to look forward to. But we all wear these every day at conference. It just pretty much says what our titles are, where we're from, our why, and then our things that we've earned in the past year, our PV, the incentives that we've earned, and if we've done the give. So that's just fun, and I don't know if all of you have seen that, so it's that's what we all get. And then these are our all-in organizers. So these are on special this month, as well as, so the specials this month are the all-in organizers and then that Stand Tall bin. But then if they don't like either of those, or they want to do a variations, because it's pick 2 for every $35 spent, they get 50% off online extras. So if you haven't, look at the online extras online, because I've heard that there's some really great products on there, from utility totes to purses to wallets. Some of the patterns are current, some of it's old, some of it's come from the celebration, some of it is discounted already, so they get 50% off of the discounted price. So it's definitely an option, and to make sure you socialize that. This is the Adventures backpack. I love this thing, and it's sold out the first time for a reason, because everybody else does too. It's the Hostess special this month, so make sure you're reaching out to those that would be interested in socializing that. It's only $25 when they get $600 in sales. They did add a new pattern for August to make sure we had inventory, and it's the gumdrop, which I will show you in a little bit. This is over here, the Cindy tote, the limited edition. It's a faux leather. They have this one, and then they also have one that's black and that buffalo checked black and white plaid, which is gorgeous. So those, they're on the expensive end, but I'll show you how to socialize that, because there's a hostess special that they will like. So that's just some products I wanted to show you before we got started. Hold on 1 minute. I have a message on here. Oh, it says I'm leaving the meeting. I don't want to leave the meeting. Okay, so a little bit about what we'll go through today is we will take some time to just introduce ourselves. I think everybody is on Team Willow except you, Amy, but we will inherit you any day. It's nice to just kind of get to know each other in person, to see our faces. So we'll do an introduction, and then we will go through that introduction, kind of talk through, we'll see a welcome letter from Cindy, or a welcome video from Cindy. And then I have a exercise for us to do that we'll do together. And then I sent everyone an email with a follow-up scripts and my party tracker. So look in your emails for those. If you haven't already seen that, I just want to walk through those two papers with you because they're important for my business. So I just wanted to show you. And then we'll do, I'm going to give you a challenge that I'm going to leave the meeting with, and then we'll talk about the new gives for the next selling season and just kind of questions that you guys have. So I haven't eaten today, so I might snack while we're talking. I got brownies and chips in front of me right now. But let's start with just do introductions and then your reason for joining. I think what I realized, I just got done with an in-person meeting like 15 minutes before I started this, is our whys change, and they change depending on what we have going on and what's happening in our lives. And I think mine has recently changed. So as I think most of you know my story of why I initially started with 31 and needing another income while my husband was staying home with our 3 kids after I had my third and final. And that's been great. I think it's been a way for us to have income when we needed it. You guys may have seen my new washer and dryer, which I'm still in love with. I haven't even filled the thing yet. I keep putting clothes in it and it's not ready to actually be washed. It's amazing. But like, that's an example of how I've been able to use 31 income to buy those things that maybe, we haven't been able to in the past. Recently, a lot of that has shifted in that I really want to take my passion for 31 and do this more on a full-time basis. And my why for always staying in this business when it gets hard, because it does get hard, is all of you and all the women that I get to meet, and those that I just get to listen to your stories and your journeys. And, I find that we all have similar reasons for joining, and I love to encourage and support all of you to get out of 31 what you want to get out of. So I think that really is what keeps me going, and is my why for continuing to stay active and stay involved. With that being said, let's go around and let's do introductions on whoever wants to go next. And just tell us your name and then kind of what your why is. Who's going to go first?
All right, I'll go first. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm like getting feedback, so I'm echoing. So, okay, well, I'm Tanya. You don't see that there. I originally joined because I was homeschooling my 3 kids, and the 3 big ones, and had the baby, and I needed an outlet and I needed extra cash for their supplies. I'm not homeschooling them anymore, but I still want to stay in my business. I've been wanting to throw the towel in many times, and I keep coming back to it, just because kind of like Dana said, I have met so many people and have made so many friendships, and I have just such a good support system that I don't want to just leave that all out. I mean, I've been doing it for 3 years, and I don't want to just throw that away. So I do have rough months, and I just keep going because I love it, and I can't imagine not doing it.
Me too.
I can go next. Hopefully people can hear me okay. I have headphones on with the speaker.
No, it works perfect.
Okay, perfect. So I'm Claudia. I joined just a couple of months ago when you could join for $1. I jumped on that deal. I've been using products for forever. Originally, my why was because I like the personal discount you can get on the products. Since I use so much of them, I was like, well, why not save money on the products I'm going to buy anyways? But it has now turned into an extra income to help get down my student loan debt. So.
Oh, I hate student loan debt.
Amen.
I still have mine too. Well, welcome to the team. We're excited to have you.
Thank you.
Who's next?
I'll go. My name is Jen. I started because I love the products and I love the discount. I've been struggling this month and was getting ready to throw the towel in. But after talking to a friend, he's very excited for September for the new designs, and I kind of gave her a sneak peek and she wants to book a party. So
Yay!
she's one of my top ones. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, just kind of taking a break the rest of the month, and yeah. So yeah.
Well, Jen, and to all of you, and Tanya knows this better than all of us as well, is it's normal. Part of my story in the last year is I was going to quit in December, and I literally cried my eyes out for 2 weeks, and my husband was like, why are you quitting if you're obviously this upset? And I went to a leadership summit in February, and I wasn't going to go, but he pushed me to go. And I said, either I'm going to get motivated out of this or I'm done. And I got motivated. And I went back to the basics in March. So, and I said this earlier today, whenever you run into a tough spot, you guys have heard me say it over and over, and I'm sure you're annoyed by it, is that who do you know list is really important to continuously do, because it does grow. And you always go back to the basics. And I've even gone into the new consultant side of TOT and said, okay, what do I need to do as a new consultant? Because that's what it feels like sometimes. When you get into that rut and you have nothing, you have to start over like a new consultant. So go into that new consultant and start doing the steps again that they tell new consultants to do. It works. I would say, that who do you know list is key, as well as reaching out. You got to put the work in to make it happen. And then following up. It is the most critical part of this business. So, and that's why I wanted to get that follow-up script in front of you guys today. And I need to do it too, and I need to get better at it. But when I do it, it always works. I'm always like, why don't I just do this every time? Well, it's because we get busy and we have things to do. And it ends up being on the back burner, but I have to say that it needs to be a priority. And, we all had outlet sales. Go back to those people that have bought something from you, thank them for buying from you, and use the follow-up script to generate some bookings, or even share the opportunity or whatever that you are looking for in your business. But Jen, you're not alone. We've all been there. It happens to me 2 to 3 times a year, and I always want to throw in the towel, and I always go back to that why. And it's always you guys, it's always my customer base. And I'm always like, I just need to keep pushing through this. I go back to the basics and it always starts up again. So we will get you there, I promise. And I'm glad you got a September party. That's awesome.
Yes.
How about you, Amy?
Excuse me, I've been with 31 for 7 years, and my why, some extra money. My son's going off to college this 2 weeks, so.
He's okay. What college is he going to again? I forget.
Wapaton, which is just 45 minutes south of Fargo.
Okay, so it won't be that far away from you.
Oh, it'll be about 5 hours.
That's where I'm from. I'm from Wapaton, where I live.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Breckenridge. Yep.
I went to school there too.
Okay.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, and I was on this a couple months ago, so I just happened to pull out a party. Actually, I think the outlet sale got me there, but yeah, I'm trying to spark my business, and it's been tough. So
It's always nice to have those outlet sales because people come out of the woodwork that you don't even think are paying attention to your business or to 31, and then you're like, oh, they are listening. So keep an eye out on that. I had the same thing. I had a few customers. Actually, I don't even want to call them my customers because I didn't really even know they were paying attention to anything. Who did some orders, and those are great people to follow up on because maybe they are interested now in hosting that they haven't wanted to in the past. But they're paying attention to something, whether it's the emails or your VIP group or something, because they ordered. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to share my screen and show Cindy's welcome. So bear with me while I learn how to do this again. And when I share this, let me know if you can't hear something.
Hi friends, I am so thankful that you're joining us today, not only to celebrate and connect with your 31 sisters, but also to get ready for an amazing fall season. Fall is always our biggest season at 31, not just because of the product solutions we offer, but because of all the opportunities it creates to impact people's lives. Think about all the different types of women that you'll be impacting this fall. There are women who need the encouragement and excitement that comes from seeing you build and lead the life that you love. There are women who want gifting solutions that you have to offer, making their busy holiday shopping season easier than ever. There are women who crave that time together and circle up with friends, spending time connecting and celebrating each other. There are also the men and women that you can impact by offering the opportunity to work alongside you and learn from you as they grow their own business. That's what this season is all about, creating the greatest impact possible. So when you go all in for fall, remember, you're delivering on our mission to empower women, and you're delivering your personal impact in a special and unique way that only you can. Now, to help you create that amazing impact this fall, we're introducing several new things that I am really excited about. The first is our new fall catalog. This season, it's going to be easier than ever to share all of your favorite prints and products in one single place. This catalog is packed with beautiful solutions for every aspect of life. I'm also super excited about our new Hello Happy mystery bags. Each month, a new Hello Happy bag will be offered, featuring surprise products and a little bit of that pink bubble happiness that makes 31 stand out. And then what better way to impact women than by sharing our customized enrollment kit, giving new consultants the opportunity to pick the prints and personalization they love, allowing them to tell their story and spread their impact even further. By sharing all of these opportunities throughout the fall season, you'll be impacting the lives of people all around you. And that's the greatest gift that you can possibly give. Together, let's make this season not only our biggest one ever, but also our most impactful. Have fun celebrating, connecting, and I'll see you all again soon.
Did any of you guys actually see that video?
No,
Oh, okay.
I can hear everything.
You can hear it, but you can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
It always happens. All right, let's see here.
I felt bad. I thought I was the only one.
No. No, I messaged Tanya. She's like, no, I can't see it.
Well, I messaged you. Instead, am I supposed to see the video or just hear it?
We want you to see it. Share. What does this do? I told you guys I forgot how to use this. I wasn't kidding. Optimize share for full screen video clip. All right, I'm going to try this again, but you have to tell me if you can't see it.
Hi friends, I am so thankful that you're joining us today, not only to celebrate and connect with your 31 sisters, but also to get ready for an amazing fall season. Fall
I can't see anything.
is the biggest season at 31, not just
Okay. Use away from the shared application. Your screen sharing is paused. I am. What can I do for you, Brooke?
No, I didn't hear any other people.
Oh, they're on here with me. I'm trying to figure out how to use my computer. It says it's sharing. Any of you guys know how to use Zoom? It says share screen. Oh, maybe this is why. All right, hold on a minute. Can you guys see my screen right now?
Yes.
I think I might have figured it out.
Yep, there we go.
friends, I am so thankful you're joining us today.
Thank you.
Not only to celebrate and connect with your 31 sisters, but also to get ready for an amazing fall season. Fall is always our biggest season at 31, not just because of the product solutions we offer, but because of all the opportunities it creates to impact people's lives. Think about all the different types of women that you'll be impacting this fall. There are women who need the encouragement and excitement that comes from seeing you build and lead the life that you love. There are women who want gifting solutions that you have to offer, making their busy holiday shopping season easier than ever. There are women who crave that time together and circle up with friends, spending time connecting and celebrating each other. There are also the men and women that you can impact by offering the opportunity to work alongside you and learn from you as they grow their own business. That's what this season is all about, creating the greatest impact possible. So when you go all in for fall, remember, you're delivering on our mission to empower women, and you're delivering your personal impact in a special and unique way that only you can. Now, to help you create that amazing impact this fall, we're introducing several new things that I am really excited about. The first is our new fall catalog. This season, it's going to be easier than ever to share all of your favorite prints and products in one single place. This catalog is packed with beautiful solutions for every aspect of life. I'm also super excited about our new Hello Happy mystery bags. Each month, a new Hello Happy bag will be offered, featuring surprise products and a little bit of that pink bubble happiness that makes 31 stand out. And then what better way to impact women than by sharing our customized enrollment kit, giving new consultants the opportunity to pick the prints and personalization they love.
allowing them to tell their story and spread their impact even further. By sharing all of these opportunities throughout the fall season, you'll be impacting the lives of people all around you. And that's the greatest gift that you can possibly give. Together, let's make this season not only our biggest one ever, but also our most impactful. Have fun celebrating and connecting, and I'll see you all again soon.
There's the Cindy you were looking for. Okay. So you heard her say impactful a couple of times, and I just got my notes from conference because that was a theme, and I'm going to read right out of my notes. So they talked about impact versus image. So image is the perception. The easiest way to think through this is, Facebook is all about the image. We tend to show people the best of everything, not real life. So that's the image and the perception that you have from that. What the focus is stop focusing on image and start focusing on how you're impacting. So how are you making people feel? And that's a big thing. An example of this would be, just being able to show your product and maybe even how you use it to really, or maybe even how you feel about it, how it makes you feel when you carry that bag, and it makes maybe you have confidence, or maybe it just makes life easier. Sharing the stories make an impact over the imagery. They had a speaker that was directly talking about storytelling and how do you spin a story or create a story around a product. And it doesn't have to be this amazing, elaborate, this thing happened to me in life and 31 helped me in this way or whatever. It can just be, I went to the zoo and this bag was awesome because I could have my hands and it was hands-free and I could fit a bunch of stuff in it. But talking through the fact that you went to the zoo, people can relate to that, and that's why it becomes impactful versus just showing, a picture of the bag and not having it be relatable. So that's what the impact verbiage is, what you're hearing a lot about. And we went through a lot of that at conference. I want to take a moment, Kendra Hall, I'm digressing. That storytelling speaker at conference was Kendra Hall, and she does have a couple books out if you're interested in reading those. I think she has, I don't know the names of them. She has one out, and she's got another one coming out in October or November. But she talks about how you have a story and you have an ending. You have a start, you have an ending, but there's stuff in the middle that is the impactful part and how it made you feel or can make somebody else feel. I want to just take a minute and let's celebrate. We haven't gotten together in a while. Claudia, this is your first Celebrating Connect meeting. So we always like to celebrate. It's part of our mission is to celebrate, encourage, and reward each other. Our hostesses, our customers. And so I just want to take a moment to celebrate each other and just go around again and just say something that you're celebrating. And it doesn't have to be specific to 31. It can be anything in your life. And I can start, and I'll do a personal and a business one, but a personal one for me is we just got done with our Maryland trip, and that has been something that we have been planning for a year. And it was a huge success. We drove 20 hours each way without killing each other, which is always a good sign, with 3 kids and my husband and I, and we loved it. We are definitely something that we'll do again, but that was a huge success for us. And then from a business perspective, I'm really proud of Team Willow right now. I just talked a little bit about how March was either a go or not go with 31 for me, and I decided to put energy into it. And since I have, with tweaking some things, we went from a team of 9 to a team of 23 within a matter of months. And that's awesome. And that's the part that I love about this business, is just helping all of you figure out how 31 can fit in your life. And, with that came a huge outlet sale in July, and the team hit an all-time high in sales of 15,000. And I'm just excited to see what we can all do in the future and how to support each other. So that's what I'm celebrating right now. Who would like to go next?
Okay, I'll go first. I'm celebrating my birthday month.
Yay!
And I had a really great July, and I'm trying not to put pressure on August to be as great. That's really hard, but I had a really good July, and I'm proud of all the hard work that I did in July.
You did. You hit that $1,000, girl. That was awesome. And I'm in the same boat for your August. I came off a vacation, and I have a couple of parties this month, but I haven't started them yet. I'm very behind, and I probably am not going to hit that All About the Benjamin special. That is the incentive right now, and it's a huge bummer. But I also have to just figure out my priorities, and I've decided that I'm okay. Because right now it's getting bookings and getting those set up, because those are the most important, because I can't do anything without them. So sometimes you just kind of have to realign what you can focus on in the moment and figure out what you need to make as a priority. And it's okay if you need to just drop some of the others. There's a reason why you guys don't have a Team Willow newsletter this month, because it's kind of on the back burner until I get my party set up. So think about that, and think about through your priorities and what you have time to do and what you need to get done are kind of those non-negotiables. Who is next?
I can go. I am heading back to school starting tomorrow. I'm a full-time teacher during the day in middle school history, and so our staff training starts tomorrow, and first day of school is the 26th. So I'm excited to go back and see all my kids and get my classroom put back together, all the posters up on the wall and stuff. So that's kind of my personal celebration. As far as the business goes, I haven't been in it very long, but I'm just proud of myself for taking the leap that, I've been thinking about it for a really long time, and finally was like, you know what, we're just going to go and do it. So.
I love it. Claudia, Tanya and I have been talking about you for years. I keep asking Tanya, when is she going to sign up? She keeps to sign up. And so I'm so excited to have you on the team and a part of this. And I know, you have other businesses, and 31 fits in where you can fit it in, but that's the glory of it, is you make it what you want. And make it your own. So welcome.
Exactly.
I hate the fact that you're talking back to school, because I'm not ready. I'm ready for my kids to go, but we don't have supplies. We have nothing.
Yeah.
it's on that priority list for the month of August.
Yep.
Well, welcome to the team. I'm excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, I can go next. I guess I'm just going to celebrate that I made the June, and I'm hoping to make the July amp up.
Yay! Awesome.
I guess that's, I don't know. And I just appreciate that you allow me to come to your Zooms.
Oh, anytime.
I kind of been,
that AMP program is amazing.
I lost my director, so JP is my true director now. So.
Okay, I was going to ask you.
I kind of lose that close connection.
Okay. I actually had a call with JP probably like 2 months ago now, when Jody stepped down. So for those of you that don't know, Amy was under Jody Snyder. Molly was under Jody Snyder, and I'm under Molly. But Jody, Molly, and I worked together as a director team. Jody had some personal things going on with her husband, and she went back to school. So she has stepped down as a director, but she's still a consultant. But I had asked JP about kind of how that works, because I don't know how long Molly's going to stay either, or what's going on. I know she's kind of back into it at the moment, but there was a moment there that she was probably going to step out of it as well, in which I would roll up to JP with you. Does JP have a separate page for you beyond the lineage page, or how does that work?
As far as I know, no, I have gotten a couple emails from her, and I actually did just get a text from her the other day, promoting the All About the Benjamin, but I don't know, I just feel I've lost that personal connection with my director. So
Yep. Nope, that's a tough one. And we'll have to
she's
figure
so-
out because
she's so busy that, she's the NED, my NED and my director. It's just, I feel I lost that personal connection, to my team. So,
yeah, and I think that happens a lot when you have leaders that step down. But I'm trying to think because I think Molly decided she pulled off her team, kind of like what I did, and I just did that off of the director Facebook page for all three of us, just because it was hard to celebrate my team in front of all the others, because Jody wasn't as active, and so I felt like I was celebrating my team, but nobody else was getting celebrated, and it was getting awkward. So I pulled my team off. I think Molly is pulling her team off separately, but we are going to keep the one Facebook group with Jody on there as is. I think we just cleaned that up the other day. So that will still live there. But Amy, let me think about that, because maybe it's something where Molly or I can kind of adopt you and have you go into one of our groups. The thing that stinks is I don't see your numbers and I don't see what's going on with you. So when it comes to celebrating, it's just hard because I can't see anything. But let me think on that, because I think that's important. You need to feel connected. All right, Jen.
I'm the last one. Okay. I'm celebrating because I actually got my AMP rewards. I'm happy about that. And I'm actually thinking about giving my next one up for a booking for somebody, to get somebody to book.
Mm-hmm.
I obviously have enough bags, but personal, celebrating my sister-in-law's expecting twins. You got to know Sonia.
Yes.
We had gender reveal party 2 weeks ago, and she's having a boy and a girl.
Awesome.
Do it in November, but she'll probably have me end of October.
Okay.
And then 2 weeks from now, we are celebrating my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. So that was
Great.
the whole weekend of planning that party, and which was supposed to be a small family party has now grown to over 100 people.
It always does.
Yeah. Oh.
That's awesome. Those are some huge celebrations.
Yes.
Have you thought about doing a baby shower with 31 products?
I did, yes, until I went to the gender reveal, and she has 3 baby showers.
Okay. So it's pretty
Her daughter,
big.
Ava, her daughter, who's 5, wants to throw mom and the babies a shower. And then her boyfriend, his parents are divorced, so there's 2 more parties. So I just kind of pulled back then, because I figured that's going to be great plenty.
Yes. Here's an idea. And actually I did this for my wedding shower. I had one of my mom's friends did Pampered Chef, and they made it a registry. So I had picked out a bunch of things on the Pampered Chef stuff, and I didn't even realize this till after my shower, because all I got was Pampered Chef stuff. Was they had notified all the guests that I had a list of items that I wanted and that they could order it right through there. So you could ask her, are there items that she would like, especially now that we have the baby stuff back. And then you could just let them know that you have a list of items that she would like and that they could just buy them directly from you. So it's kind of like going to Target or Walmart, but they go to you.
Right.
So that might be an idea.
Okay.
And then your parents' wedding anniversary, the photo stuff is amazing. And those are always really nice gifts. And that's a kind of a thing that if you wanted to do to give them, it's also really cool for people to see it as they're being gifted, because then, it kind of opens the conversation too, of where it's from, or, oh, that's really cool. But we have some really cool photo things coming out. So
Great.
just some ideas.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go do our training video. And then we're gonna do an exercise. So let's try this again. Oh wait, that goes like that.
We'll speak up this time if we can't see it.
Yes, please do. Don't be quiet around here. I gotta find it first. Oh, before we do the training video, I want you to listen to Scott's message, which got emailed, but you might not have seen it. So let's do that first.
If you've ever been on top of a mountain, you know the view can be absolutely breathtaking. In fact, one of my favorite things to do is sit on the top of a mountain and marvel at the incredible world God has created for us. There is beauty in every direction. As much as we'd all love to stay on top of that mountain, the reality is we don't live there. We live nearly all our lives between the peaks. I remember a great preacher once talking about how God moves us from glory to glory. But the hard part of that is that most of our lives are spent in that tiny little word, to, not in the glory. But here's the thing, that time between peaks shouldn't discourage us because that's really when we grow. Mountaintops can inspire us, but valleys improve us. Mountaintops give us perspective on the big picture. They allow us to see beyond the day-to-day tasks that consume so much of our time and energy. But when we come down from the peak, the question becomes, what will I do with what I learned up there? There are two choices. We can either be sad that we had to come down, or we can turn the new perspective we gained into fuel. Fuel that gives us energy and helps us positively impact the lives of others. You might be sitting on a mountaintop right now, or you could be like most of us, in the middle of a journey from one peak to the next. Don't let the shadows between those peaks keep you from moving forward. Know that you're not alone, and remember that another peak is out there just waiting for you to take in the view.
I love Scott. I always love it at conference because, stop sharing for a minute. At conference, Cindy does a lot of the speaking, and then they have others that come in, speakers and consultants, whatever. But Scott's always amazing because he always comes in at the end and just kind of puts everything in perspective. And some background up for you, Claudia. Scott is Cindy's husband. I almost said wife. Scott is Cindy's husband. When they started, she was a stay-at-home mom, started this bag business out of her basement, and Scott was a pastor. He does messages like this now. He's not as in front of the business and does more of the back end stuff. Probably more of a support for Cindy and all of us, but you can tell he's got that pastor in him because he always kind of gives us the aha messages that always make sense. So it's always fun to see him.
No, the video was good.
All right, so let's do this training video. Have some pen and paper because you want to take notes. And then let's do that. Oh, I'm getting good at this.
Hi everyone, I am here celebrating and connecting with some of my very best friends from home office. Hi girls, thanks for joining me. I asked them to bring some great ideas so that we could share everything that we're celebrating for fall. In fact, we even put them on our special 31 pink cards, right? So we could stay focused for all of you, so you may see us glancing down at those to make sure we've got all our key points. But I know we've got a lot of fun stuff to share. So Brandy, will you get us started with what you're excited to celebrate?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm so excited because we are all in for fall this season. So we're definitely celebrating. We have heard Cindy share about different ways to help you shine bright this season. And so we're going to take a little bit deeper dive into some of our top tips. We want to help you have the most impactful fall season that you've had yet.
And we want to help you focus on the two most important things you can do in your business, selling and sponsoring. And with now only one catalog, it's even easier to focus on those two things.
So speaking of one catalog, it's going to be easier than ever for you to share all of our products, our prints, and my favorite, which is personalization, with her this season. And so as you think about personalization, it's such a great way for you to add to your paycheck just by helping her personalize her product and really bring out her personality.
And trust me, ladies, your customers want personalization. I am seeing it everywhere. What about you guys?
Everywhere.
My Instagram feed is filled with amazing personalized products, and that's exactly what we're known for. So what a huge opportunity for us. Not only does it help build your paycheck, exactly like you mentioned, Heather, it also creates that tight emotional connection with your customers, and I love that. That leads to repeat shoppers and brand loyalty, which is great for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. So 2 things that I'm really excited for when it comes to personalization is, all about the Benjamin wallet. I think we all do, right?
Yes.
Number 1, selling wallet. And this season, your customers are going to be able to personalize that wallet. Even you can personalize your wallet. So think about customers that have loved our Benjamin wallet. Maybe they need to update it, or they've been wanting personalization. Reach out to them. And then the second thing is we've seen that our customers and you have really been loving the flexibility and freedom in personalization through some of our summer options. For the fall, we are going to be offering more freedom in personalization with up to 3, even 4 lines of text.
That's awesome. I love those options. So for the fall, we're going to have new products, obviously, that we can personalize. We're going to have some old favorites. I love personalizing that Benjamin's, because how cute is that when you're carrying it outside your bag? And we have new personalization ideas, but we're going to have to be creative in helping our customers come up with some personalization ideas, right? Heather, Jackie, you got some ideas for me?
We've got it. Yeah. So think about the 3 P's whenever you think about personalization, and it's passionate, purposeful, and my favorite, which is playful. But let's start with passionate first. So you really want to think about passionate as being your faith, hobbies, family. So you want to ask her questions like, what do you enjoy doing on the weekend? What kind of sports do your kids play? Where do you like to go and travel? What's your favorite Bible verse? And then as she answers those, you can really start to think of how you can help her come up with great personalization details to really put her personality out there. Because here's the thing, if she's really passionate about something, she's going to want to share that with the entire world.
You are so right. And I love the second P too, purposeful, because that's about all of those things that bring you joy. So think about, your kids' birthdays, your anniversaries, all those special dates and times in your life. And Photo by 31 is another great way to also make it purposeful in your personalization.
Yes, I love those.
Right?
The last one is playful, which is my favorite. So think about all the puns you can use and the silly and funny sayings, which I always love because it starts a conversation. So that one is always a great one. And if that one scares you a little, you can always get inspiration from the internet.
Yes.
Look up some different sayings on Google, use Pinterest, and of course, go to 31's Instagram, because that's where we share so many great personalization ideas.
You girls have the best ideas. So those 3, just to make sure that I've got it, they were passionate, playful, and purposeful, right? So keep those in mind. Passionate, purposeful, and playful as you're thinking about helping your customers personalize anything this fall. That'll help increase your commissions, but let's talk about another way that we can think about that too. Let's talk about growing our customer base, meeting new people. Got some ideas for us, Brandy?
Yeah, absolutely. So we just talked about increasing your average, customer spend, but I really want us to focus on increasing the reach of your customers. Yes. So think about the fact that you have a sales funnel, and we really want to help you kind of fill that sales funnel with even more customers, and the number 1 place to do that is the party, or call it a gathering. It's a social event. So whether you're doing that online, you're doing it in a cute little cafe like we're here today, or wherever you are, it's really just about getting together with some friends and family and having a great time.
That is awesome. And I think one of the things you shared with me before, when we were just talking before this a little bit, was the idea of making sure when you do one of those gatherings that you get another booking or make another connection from that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you're thinking about that, the whole goal really this season is, as you are gathering with your girlfriends, your goal is to then book at least 2 other parties from that party.
I love that idea. Why is it so important?
Yeah, so if you really think about it as a visual example, think about that party as a circle. And if you're able to draw 2 new circles off of that main circle, then you suddenly are putting yourself in front of a whole new group of people, and it doesn't have to stop there. And if you're able to book 2 more parties off of each of those parties, you'll really start seeing how your business can grow exponentially.
I love that simple visual. The idea is to get more bookings at our party, but you got to tell us how we should do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really all about building relationships, showing up as your authentic self. That's what people fall in love with. That's what makes them excited to want to book with you in the future. And so when you're showing up authentic and you're showing your guests, you know, why you're doing what you're doing, what you're passionate about, being playful with this, you're really going to see your sisterhood grow. And it's not just about the hostess rewards, even though that's a good little perk. Wouldn't we agree? So beyond that, there are some simple tricks that we'd love to share with you. And I think, Jackie, you're going to share a little bit, right?
Yes, hostess coaching is so important, and it's so much about staying connected with her and truly partnering with your hostess, right? And I love, you know, set an expectation that you expect her to get 2 bookings from her party and get her really excited. Maybe you can even offer a special reward. Maybe it's some extra inventory you have on hand, or free personalization or a small discount, whatever works for you. But to really keep her excited and encourage her to help you get those 2 bookings. Because if you truly do that with your hostess, it will make a difference in getting those bookings.
So you can get in front of people even if you're not partying, kind of in the traditional way that we think about, right? You can set up a booth at vendor fairs. We hear lots of success from that kind of thing, right? And we also hear about wear and share. So whatever you're wearing, whatever you're loving and passionate about, make sure that you're wearing that when you're out. You can easily share and find new friends, new customers, new hostesses wherever you are. But let's talk for a second about sponsoring. Jackie, I'm looking at you. Yeah. Will you give us like your simplest definition of sponsoring?
Gosh, I think we overcomplicate it. It's truly just inviting these people to do what we're doing. We love what we're doing. We're passionate about it. We're having a great time. It's just inviting people to do what we do. That's it.
I love that. I love it because that sounds so simple. I think a lot of us have some myths and we're kind of nervous about sponsoring. So will you share some of those myths and just kind of break them down for us and help us think about it in some new ways, flip the script?
So the biggest myth I hear all the time is that only leaders can sponsor. And that's not true. Like, you could sign up today and sponsor. It's that easy, like what we just talked about, right? And I know you might not have full confidence that you know everything about the business, but that's okay, right? Learn together. And also you have a sponsor who is really excited that you're building your team, and they'll be anxious to help you and your new person.
We also hear the myth of like, you don't want to sponsor your top customers or your top hostesses, which is a myth.
Yes, 100% myth.
Yeah, and think about how that helps fill the funnel, right?
Yes, yes, and that fills your, just like the sales funnel, sponsoring's the same, right?
Absolutely.
Like your customers start at the top where it's really wide, and then they turn into your VIP customers, and they start regularly purchasing from you. Then they become your hostesses because they want to earn all those free products, and then they ultimately turn into your team members who start to earn commissions, and they're loving it. And then guess what? Bonus, you're earning commissions too.
That's perfect.
And there is another myth, actually, that I hear. And sometimes what I hear out there is that you should only sponsor whenever there's like discounted items or a sponsoring special. You know, that's the only time you should do that. Like, Jackie, what do you think about that?
Crazy town. Do you really want to know? Yes. Crazy town. You guys, you can find your next customers and hostesses anywhere and everywhere, right? But your next team members are what's really going to impact your paycheck and the fun you're having with 31. I like to think of it like an ice cream sundae. Like, I love ice cream sundaes all year round and not just certain months, right? So if you think of that cherry on top as the incentive, okay, yes, it's extra good that month with that ice cream sundae, but in those months where my sundae doesn't have a cherry, I still love that ice cream sundae, right? We have so much to offer our new consultants. We have our all day, every day Wishes program, Wishes Rewards program, where our consultants can earn free product and business supplies and gift cards. But now we have this new customizable kit that our consultants get when they join. So there is so much all day, every day.
I love all of these ideas about sponsoring. So if you use these ideas for selling and sponsoring and work them into your business every day, I can't imagine what would happen with their businesses, right? We are all in for fall and all excited about you. So how about a toast, ladies, to all in for fall? Cheers. Enjoy your meeting, and we'll see you soon.
That was kind of a glitchy. Let's see here. Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm switching my audio. I had it going through the TV, but it was doing weird things. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, it's off there. So a lot of information. Fall always comes with a ton of new things, new products, new specials. It can be very overwhelming, especially when you're new to the business as a whole. Some key things out of that video for me were, for one, personalization. And I have some good examples of when that has been key in my business, and one actually recently. But there's two things I would say when it comes to personalization, and that's always ask them if they want to personalize. It tends to be a little harder when we have direct ship now, because when direct ship is used, we can't change the order and it is what it is. But if you have orders that you do at an in-person party, or they are having it shipped to the hostess, and you notice that there's no personalization on anything, reach out to them. Let them know, we have great personalization. Are they interested in personalizing something? A lot of times they just don't know what to do. So you can show them, ask those P's, what are they passionate about? Are there, key dates, anniversaries, whatever. And I would say second, that goes along with that, is create an example and share it with them. That sometimes is like the key to making a sale in personalization, is if you just show them what it would look like. And an example, I had this actually a couple of months ago. I was at a party, and I had asked this woman, she'd gotten an adventurous backpack, and I asked her if she wanted to personalize it. And, or no, I'm sorry. It started out with her customer special that she didn't use. But we started talking about personalization, and she's like, I'm a music teacher. Do you have anything for that? And I was like, actually, we have a music note. So I was able to create what it would look like. And then her and I had a conversation about color, and we changed it like 3 or 4 times. And I kept showing her all the different colors. But the difference is it was that pink glove service. So instead of her going in the system and trying to figure out what she wanted for personalization, her and I just had a conversation, and then I was able to create it for her and then show her, and then tweaked it from there. That personalization that she added on that bag also put her into another customer special, in which she then bought her mom a bag. So at the end of all of this conversation with personalization, we almost doubled her order based on what she was buying. So if you ever have the ability to, and when I say ability, the access to update the order behind the scenes, and you see that they don't have personalization, always feel free to ask them. With the booking, so this is something that I've tried to get into a habit of doing, and most of you know I do mostly online parties. I love doing in-home or in-person. Everybody I party with likes to do Facebook parties. So it's something that I have tried to do as well, that no matter what, out of every party, I at least get one party booked. Now, if there is a party that's got 60 people in it, shoot for 2. There are 2 people out of 60 that are willing to have a party. What you need to do is follow up. And that's why I wanted to go over those follow-up scripts with you. If you follow up after the party, thank them for attending it and participating, and then use those follow-up scripts, you will book parties. As incentives to, yep. Tanya, did you have a question?
Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt, but so with that following up, I have the hard part I have with that is, like, let's take the teacher challenge party I just did. There were like 30, 40 people in there, but I'm not friends with all of them, so they're not going to see my message. So that's the hard part I'm running into, is I'm doing that follow-up, would, when they don't order, so I'll do that follow-up script when they don't order, and I'll go from there, but they're not seeing the message. So I have all these opportunities that I could book, but they're not seeing my message. So I guess my question is, how do I get around that?
Yep, then that's hard. I struggle with that as well. There are key things that I do. You're not going to hit all of them, and you're just not. Some things that you can do, for one, in my script, I have the RSVP, and then I give them the link to the party on my website to RSVP there. I don't want them to RSVP in the group. I don't really care about that. I want them to RSVP so that I have their contact information. What that does is, at least maybe I have a cell phone number or something else. Maybe it's an email. I'm assuming you're using the Facebook message, and that's when it gets hard because you're not friends with them. So try to do that. You can put, if you're doing the Facebook, you can put extra points on that particular post to make it important, to get them to do that. The second one, which I haven't updated the script yet, but it's a really good idea that I got from conference, is, again, put extra points on that post, but if they message you their favorite emoji, then they get extra points. What that does is it connects you.
Right.
So that's another example that you could use. And then the third would be, I do this sometimes. If it's an active person in the party, I will just friend them, but my Facebook is pretty open, and you don't have to do it that way. The other piece you could do is maybe just do a post and say, I've sent everyone a message. Please check your personal messages within Facebook, so you can kind of direct them there. I had one the other day, actually yesterday. I've been trying to get a hold of her. She had done my survey, which I do on all my parties, and she had put in there that she was interested in more information about the opportunity. I connected with her on the Facebook message, and then I put a post in the party saying, hey, Tristan, did you get my message? And she said no. And so then at least I knew she wasn't ignoring me. And then I followed up, and I had her phone number, and I just texted her that way. So it's tricky. You're not going to get all of them, but try some of those key posts in your Facebook party to see if you can kind of get that connection with them. The emoji one's kind of a big one. And then really it's just gaining contact information beyond Facebook. So the RSVP, the survey, do you have that, Tanya? Do you do that survey?
I use both of those. So I use the RSVP, I'll put bonus points, and I do the survey. It's just, I'm going to try to do that and do like use the contacts that come into my back office, because I've sent so many Facebook messages. I don't want to be put in jail either. So.
Well, and I would say, Facebook, it always becomes more of a personal one-on-one sometimes if you have their cell phone number or you have their email, to do it that way and maybe take it out of Facebook. Some people prefer Facebook messaging. I have some customers that are like, it's the best way to get a hold of me. So it works for some, doesn't work for others. You will not catch everybody. But at least you've attempted it, and you've attempted it in the best avenue. So don't stop doing it. Just maybe try and tweak it and find different ways to get the connection.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
No, I love the conversation. I prefer it. So please continue to interrupt me. As far as the survey goes, for those that don't know, I do a Google survey. And if you want, actually, I can send you the link to it. I think you can actually just copy it and then put your information on it. So you can use what I have on there and then just kind of update it for you. But I use that as a post in my Facebook pages. It's like my highest point post. And what it is it basically asks them for their information. So now I have their contact information, and asks them if they are interested in booking a party, if they're interested in a Hostess of the Month club, or if they're interested in joining. So it just gets information from them. And then it'll say, have you have you joined my VIP group? And then it gives the link to that. So what I have found is sometimes people are willing to fill out that survey, but don't participate in the party. So it's another way for me to gather information. I have a tendency, I just had a big party. She had like 60 some people in the party. And I think 10 of them filled out the survey and 7 of them want to do parties this fall. So it's just a way for me to gather the information. Now I still have to follow up and I still have to connect with them. But it's just, I don't know. I really like the survey. And then I always make that the biggest point opportunity in my Facebook parties to get them to fill it out. Some other things with booking parties off of parties, and I've done this for a while too, and if you guys have other ideas, let's share them. But I have done where if a hostess has friends or family book parties off of her party, I will give her 10% off her order at those parties. So that's part of hostess coaching, and you need to start communicating that up front and get her excited about that. Through the party, she may get a lot of products, but I can probably guarantee you she hasn't gotten all of them. So this is a way for her to still get a discount after her party. And it also puts some accountability on her to help you book those parties. So that is one thing you could do. And then the other idea is to offer your 40% off marketplace. Like that's a huge deal. So if someone books a party, offer them 40% off a product in the month, as part of their other hostess rewards. So that's another thing you could do. And I actually did that. I've been doing that for parties that don't reach $200. And I had a couple of those. Great customers, their just parties were junk. And so I felt bad. And so I actually offered them a 40% off product as a thank you for attempting to host a party. So it's nothing out of my pocket and it goes towards your PB. And so why not? If you make it on that end.
Have you ever done a mystery bundle party?
I have not personally. Is that where you put bundles together and then you sell them?
Yep, for like a certain dollar amount. Yeah.
Yep.
I've been seeing them on different pages.
I have too, and I've heard some really great success from those. I think it all depends on your customer group. If your customers seem to like surprises, and you can tell by what hostess exclusive they tend to order, if they like that mystery bundle. And as long as you do it in a price point that you think that they can afford.
Okay.
I think it's fun. What I will tell you, the Hello Happy that we'll kind of go through in a little bit is exactly that. And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to bundle anything together because they're going to do it for us. But that might be a really good thing. I would say mystery bundles, I think, are awesome when someone has a ton of inventory and needs to get rid of it. And sometimes it's like inventory that you're not going to be able to get rid of if you showed them what the product was. So right. I don't know. I think it's a little bit of a sneaky way to get rid of product that probably isn't going to sell on its own. To be able to put, a product that sells really well with something that maybe doesn't sell really well and try and get that sold.
Okay.
Do you guys have any other ideas on how to book parties from parties? The AMP, we have the AMP. So, you could do that too. You could offer someone the 60% off one of those. Now that I think about that. If you have free product laying around, you could always use that and get rid of the free product. So yeah, sometimes you have to get creative. I would say, it's always easier to have a hostess on board and helping you get bookings because they also know who out of their friends and family like to party. And so maybe it's even reaching out to your hostess and saying, okay, out of all those that joined your party, who do you think would be the most interested in partying? And maybe spend some time concentrating on that person or persons versus spending the time on everybody. So you could do that too. As far as sponsoring goes, this was a really interesting statistic that they gave us this past Tuesday, is that since January, 36,000 new consultants have joined. It's a lot of consultants. What is interesting about that number is last year we were, I think, at like 58,000 consultants total as a company. So that means we've literally almost half of our consultants right now are new, which is pretty amazing. And it's also cool because a lot of smaller direct sales companies that do what we do only have 36,000, and we literally did that in 6-7 months. So what it also shows is people are interested in this type of work. And what I say by that, and it's a lot of even why I decided to do this versus going to get a part-time job, is I can do it whenever I can fit it in my life and with my family. I don't have to go to Target part-time and work a 4-hour shift 5 days a week to make an income. I can do this sitting in the parking lot of gymnastics, which is typically when I do it. They talked about this at conference about right now, it's called a gig economy. And everybody's looking for that gig that they don't have to devote a ton of time to, like a full-time job or really even a part-time job, meaning, 20 hours a week. You can do this doing it 5-10 hours a week and fit it in the time that you that makes sense for you. It's a big industry right now, and we are kind of at the top of that. So if you're scared of sponsoring or if you're scared of sharing the opportunity, just know that so many people are looking for an opportunity like this. So when you're doing your parties, I always seek out the ones that are very involved in the party. Maybe they're participating a lot. I have a post in my script that says, tell me something about you. And those stay-at-home moms with, kids, it's a great way to get out of their house or to do something that's theirs. Those are also great opportunities to just ask them, have they ever thought about doing what you do? And sharing doesn't have to be this difficult interaction. And it's part of the follow-up script as well. It's as easy as saying, have you ever thought about doing what I do? Do you have any questions about 31 that you're interested in? I also have a post in my script that says, basically, ask me any questions about my business. And those, it's a lot. I make it a lot of points, and sometimes it's just those that want to get the points for the giveaway. But I also can typically understand based on the questions if they're really interested. And so that's another way to just follow up with them and ask them if they have any other questions or if they're interested in just receiving more information. And it can just be a simple question as that. Do you want me to send you a packet of information for you to look over? Sponsoring takes time. It's very rare that you ask someone, do they want to do what you do? And they say, yes, I'm signing up today. It's a conversation that happens over time. And Teresa on our team, I told her today I love using her story because she went to one of my very first in-home parties. And I've stayed connected with her in those 4 years, strictly on Facebook. I've commented on her posts and her family and have kind of just built that relationship over the last 4 years, and the timing was right. And she signed up 2 months ago. And so you just never know. Stay connected with those that you interact with that may be interested, because things happen and change in people's lives and they might be interested later on. Other, key sponsoring things to look for are those who love to order or love the products. Claudia, you're that example for Tanya and I. Look for people just like you who love the product, because why not pay less for it? Mm-hmm. Don't pay full price for it. So look for those that love the product. I always too, part of that follow-up can be those that don't order anything. And Tanya, those are the ones that are hard to kind of connect with because sometimes you don't have that Facebook connection, but sometimes they don't order because they don't have the money right now. And that's pretty common. So, you know, an easy follow-up can just be, you know, thank you for participating in the party. You know, what do I want to say? Thank you for participating in the party. Did you have a chance to look at the products, and did you see anything that you really liked? And sometimes they will come back and say, yeah, I really liked, you know, the gallery. It just was a really bad timing for me to buy right now. So those are those opportunities to say, okay, have you ever thought about joining 31 and doing what I do? We get a 40% discount. Or would you like to book a party and get hostess rewards? So just engage. That's the biggest call out I can say. Engage with them after the parties, those that order and those that don't order, and just try and spark a conversation to see if you can understand anything that you may be able to help with. Obviously, in-person parties can be a lot easier because you don't have the technology to overcome, but there are ways to do it when you're doing online Facebook parties. Sometimes you just have to keep trying to connect with them to get their attention. What I do want to share real quick is that Facebook script. I gotta find it. Let's see here. Or not the Facebook script, but the follow-up script. So this is the one that I also sent to you in the email that I sent. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the Word document that I emailed all of you, and it's also in our Team Willow page. Use this. This is basically the exact scripts that I use, and sometimes I will just save them in my notes on my phone, and then it's just an easy copy and paste. Make sure you change their name, because that's awkward. I've done it before. But I have this in buckets. So the party ending soon, that is just, you know, before the party ends, reach out to all the guests if it's on Facebook and just, you know, ask them, have you had a time to browse the products? Is there anything I can help you with? It's no different than if you're going into a department store and they walk up to you and say, is there anything I can help you find? We're doing the exact same thing. The next is the party ended and they didn't order. So this goes back to what I was just saying. Still connect with them. See if there was anything in particular that they were looking for. Did they see anything that they may want to order in the future? And just try and spark that conversation. You'll notice in these scripts, they always start with a join. So the idea is the waterfall. You always start big and work your way small. So in these scripts, I have it starting with asking them to join. And with this particular one, it's letting them know that we have that 40% discount. And we have a lot of opportunities and incentives to earn free products because maybe that'll spark their interest. And if they're not interested in joining, then ask if they would like to party. And if they say no to that, then you can go into, I have in here about a Hostess of the Month club, or the Hello Happy, which will be like the subscription. And then if no to that, then you have the VIP group. The VIP group is always important because in the end, you always want everyone to your VIP group. So that is the next kind of blurb of getting everyone to your VIP group. That is the place that you will continue to communicate 31 stuff to. So if you can get them from a customer into your VIP group, then you have that connection, Tanya, that you were kind of talking about. Now they see you more. So every one of your parties, you should be connecting within your Facebook posts and your follow-up. If you're doing in-person parties, you're going to mention it in your party, but you're still going to follow up with them and see if they would like to join your VIP customer group. So this is some wording that I use just to say, hey, you know, we have big things coming soon. And like, for example, we have the new fall catalog. And would they like to stay connected, join my VIP group. And then this is the order received. So make sure it ships because the shipping is not pretty right now. So don't do this until it ships and you know that they've received it, but then follow up and say, you know, did you receive your order okay? That sometimes goes a really long way. You don't get that kind of customer service when you shop at a department store. You don't get someone calling you and saying, hey, did you like what you bought? That's special to direct sales and into what we do in general. So follow up with that. It's also a point of contact to ask about if they would like to do what you do, go into the whole thing again. Do they want to book a party? You have your club if you do that, or the Hello Happy, and then again, your VIP group. And then this is a 30 to 60 day after the order is received. So we have an exchange return policy on any products not personalized for the first 90 days. So this is just another final point of contact to say, you know, your return policy is about to end. I just want to make sure all of your products are okay and that you're 100% satisfied. And then once that is responded to, then you can follow up with the joining or the booking. And again, like some of this depends on what your conversation was with them before. Obviously you can change it, but these are just examples to go through and wording to use. Is that helpful?
Yes.
Okay. I think for me, you know, even Claudia with your Mary Kay, this stuff is so interchangeable. I mean, you can use it for anything. Follow up is really hard to remember to do. It's just one of those things that I struggle remembering to do every time. But the fortune is in the follow up and in those moments of when you need to get parties booked and things going, go back to your follow-up. If you haven't partied in a couple of months but you did maybe 60, 90 days ago, go back to those orders, go back to them and make sure that they like everything that they received and then ask them to book a party. So you really do have a 90-day window to touch base with somebody after they've ordered. Your hostesses, what you can always do there too as well is when they end their party, ask them to book in another 6 months. We now have catalogs every 3 months, so there's always something going on. Sometimes if you have a hostess that parties every 3 months, that's pretty cool. I don't know if I have one of those, but they will for surely book once a year, and sometimes you will get them to do it twice a year. So ask them to rebook before you disengage with them to get it on the calendar. I also sent over a party summary, which, let me see if I can find that. This is something that I started doing a couple of years ago, and it's been very helpful for me. And I did it because I'm a giver, and I felt like I kept giving away too much and I wasn't making any money. So this was a way for me to keep track of that. And then in the end, I just ended up, it's what I use on every one of my parties. So whenever I get a party, when I have my party, I put my hostess name, all of her information, what type of party is it, and then these are my checklist of what I do in the party. So I put my hostess packet together. I create that party link on TOT, and if they want a Facebook event or group, I do that. And then these are key for me because this is like my notes to say, yes, I've done follow-up and I've done thank yous. This is that thing, those priorities that tend to get pushed to the back burner, but they're actually probably one of the most important in keeping your relationship with your customers. So having that checklist there helps me at least. The part here with personal volume, this is just a way for me to keep track of what happened in that party so I can go back later on and see what occurred. The personal volume, so that's without shipping or taxes or anything like that. What the hostess got for hostess rewards. And then this I like to do. I like to go through the hostess order and figure out at the retail value what it would have cost her to pay for that full price. And with Facebook parties, what I like to do then is go back and do a post that says, thank you for partying with us. Your hostess was able to get $500 worth of 31 products. Now, I never reveal how much she actually paid for it because that's personal, but I will tell them how much in value she received. And sometimes that's enough to put a little seed in someone's mind to book a party, in which you're then going to follow up. So they remember that post, and then you're following up with it if they want to book a party. And so then you might get that yes that you're looking for. And the hostess cost is just for me to know what they spent. The rest of this, so the bookings and recruit leads, this is a way for me to see what bookings I got off of this party and maybe what sponsors or what recruits I received out of this party. You could also use this for people that maybe were interested or had a lot of questions about joining 31 that became a lead for you to contact later. This is super important for me because this is my profit. So I keep a list of all the costs that I did for that party. So my shipping, my prizes, all of that. And then this totals up this column, my commission, which is based off of this personal volume that I have up here. Now, I will tell you as a director, which is the best way to be because our commission is 35%. So when you become director, which is 4 people that you sponsor that are qualified who've hit $1,000 in sales, and then you're doing 1,000 yourself a month, that commission, that's extra 10% is a big deal. So I put my commission total here, and then I subtract this total cost from my commission for my profit. So I just want to get that in your hands because I think this has been really helpful for me to do for every party, to keep those things in front of me because I tend to fly by the seat of my pants sometimes and forget about all of it. What I also want to show you is a binder that I got from another leader that I started doing. And it's a pretty tiny binder, but I got pages falling out here. There is a tab for each month. And then as I get the parties, so for an example, this is August. As I get the parties, I have those party tracker sheets in there. So I have it in front of me all the time. And I actually have started to carry this binder wherever I go. And then when I book more parties, I just fill out the sheet right away and I put it in the month that they want to do their party. So for an example, I have one in here. What is this? November? No, this is October. This is an October party, so I will follow up with her the end of September and say, hey, I think her name is Tammy. Hey, Tammy, I have you down for doing a party in September. Are you still interested in September, or would another time work for you? Now, let's say she's fine and I already have her sheet ready to go. If she says, you know what, September is not going to work, I want October, I just move her sheet to October. But what this does is it creates a visual for me to say, oh, I got nothing in October, November, December. I need to start booking some parties. And so this I've been using for 2 months now, and I really like it. This has been really helpful. So those are just some examples of some things that I've been doing in organization and tracking that helps a ton. And I actually have started to keep the catalogs in there too, so that book has become my everything, so to speak. Okay, so if you have, I'm hoping you have a piece of paper near you because we are gonna draw out a grid, and JP actually did this for us recently, and I just thought it was really helpful. And what we're going to do is put together a 5-month plan, business plan. I think what happens sometimes is they throw so much at us and it's really hard to keep track of. And this is a way, I actually did it earlier on our in-person meeting on a chalkboard that I have, which I'm going to keep in front of me so that I can always look at it. But I'm going to give you a few minutes and I want you to draw out this grid that I have on my screen that I should probably share. Okay, can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so draw out that grid on a sheet of paper and then we will walk through all the spots together. Or are you coming to see me?
Dina, what does it say on the left-hand side? I can't read it.
Like right here.
No, down below.
This one?
Yeah.
It's top, T-O-P. Let me see if I can make this bigger.
Perfect.
Yeah. You can do all that.
How get this candy?
You can't have any more candy. You're good.
Dana, can I show you something real quick?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. Because I think when I'm sharing my screen, I lose visibility to all of you guys.
Okay.
Let me know when you're all done with the grid, and I'll stop sharing and see if I can go back to your faces.
And you're the best in the whole world.
I'm the best in the whole world. You're a very nice son.
Quit.
Let me know when you guys are ready.
I'm ready.
And no in comments. And no in comments. Even know my name.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. All right, Jen, what did you want to show me?
So a gal that is related to my sister's husband, anyway, is a 31 consultant. But
Yeah.
she just has her personal friends or whatever. And she was selling this tote. But it was like $10. And I told my husband, I go, stop up there and grab it or whatever. Not knowing it was this big.
Yeah, I know that one. Amy probably knows that one. I love that thing.
It's huge. I thought it was like a small, that I could put gift baskets or whatever.
Yep.
My husband just walked in and I went, holy crap.
That is not what you were expecting.
And you're the best in the whole world.
Okay. Goodbye, my son. Can you get out?
And you guys crazy.
Oh, gosh.
Got $10 with the tags on it.
That's not a bad deal. That's a nice bag. I do remember. I don't think I was a consultant when they had that pattern in that bag. But
I remember you guys.
stop talking. Go find your dad. All right. I have the candy jar, so he's sitting next to me. All right. So let's go back to this grid, and I'm going to fill it out, and you can follow along with me and fill out yours. So right here, I want you to put your goal. And this is a goal. Think about how many parties you want to do a month or what you want for your income monthly. And then you can kind of figure out and back things out and etc. And I'll show you what I had done earlier today. So you can see, so I did that.
Oh!
And do what works for you. I'm aiming high because I'm trying to make this my full-time job. So let me share my screen with you again. So I have some lofty goals I have to work on. And then, so once you have your goal, you have your month, here is what is happening with, I thought I did this already, but I didn't. So as far as catalogs go, in August, right now we have our last chance retirement list. So this is important in reaching out to your customers who maybe have bought products and patterns that are discontinuing. A really good example that you can do is do a report in your back office and look at patterns that were purchased, and people like things to match. So you could, you know, figure out who has ordered the cactus or the mermaid products, or any of those special patterns. The twill, I can't think of the name of it. The twill was really popular. That's going away. And just find out, let them know that the products have discontinued, and would they like to, you know, buy more products in that pattern before it's no longer available. So it's just doing another connection point and letting them know something is happening, in which you could also, again, follow up with if they would like to ask them if they would like to book a party. This September is going to be the first month for our new fall catalog. This is really hard to do without my mouse. So this is going to be first month fall. We could put in there. So there's always exciting things happening with that, just due to it being a new catalog. And then October, we don't have anything, but in November, again, it's a last chance again. So we're back to doing one catalog every 3 months, which is nice because we don't have multiple catalogs now. But now in November, you'll be able to go to, we'll have another last chance of fall products, which will probably be a lot of the Christmas stuff, the holiday stuff, and get them to, you know, just let them know that it's ending, and would they like to complete their set of maybe patterns, or maybe they have a product that, you know, they were interested in at one point that's going to go away. And then December will be another new catalog, which is going to be our winter catalog. It doesn't fit. So it'll look like something like that. So this whole row is just an example to show you all the things that are happening from a catalog perspective and what to keep your eye on. So our next spot is going to be hostess. So I'm going to write over here in this box hostess, and we always want to work to get them to a $600 party. And because 600 is where they are going to get the hostess special, and really optimizes all the hostess rewards. So that's going to be the goal. With that is incentives every month for hostess specials. So in the month of August, we have the adventure backpack. And that is $25 for a $600 order. That's a really good deal. I can tell you it's sold out once. It will sell out again because it's that popular. So it's a great way to communicate out to people that love that backpack to try hosting a party and doing the 600 in sales. I would say, you know, go back into your VIP groups or to maybe some of your parties and see if anybody had, if you had a picture of that adventure backpack, and if they commented on it, reach out to them because they can now get it for a lot cheaper. On September, we are going to have $25 purses, and they get to choose from 6 purses. And those are, there's the Retro Metro is in there. That new, that inspired crossbody is in there. There's a smaller faux leather backpack that's in there. The organizing shoulder bag. So there's some really great, I would say bags, not even purses, that are in that 6. And I think my son stole my board. Oh, wait. I gave that to you, Ron. This is the customer special that goes right here. Sorry, now you guys are going to have to scratch that out. This is any item. 80% off is the hostess special. This I tend to see typically the photo galleries are bought at that 80% off. I think we did this like 5-6 months ago. We had one of these, and that's what I saw go most frequently because it is I think it's $70 some. So if you see people that love the photo products, make sure you reach out to them about hosting a party in September because that's a big deal. But also the Cindy tote, the faux leather one, it's the limited edition. That's $108 in the catalog. So at 80% off, that's a huge discount on a Cindy tote. So that's another item. Always look at your high-priced items and then reach out to those that had interest in them to see if they want to host a party. But also we have October. And October's is going to be a free online extra. So you're going to start seeing a theme with this online extras, which are products that you can only get online in our websites. It has old products and new products discounted and full price. So there is a hodgepodge of items, but there's some really nice items in there. They have, I think, deluxe utility totes. There's all about the Benjamins in there. There's literally everything. So this is a really great way if someone doesn't like a special. We are now starting to use the online extra as an option. And then for November, we have, it's a double up. So that means they get to choose 2. Any 2 items at 70% off. That is a big discount. And look, it's in November, so it's right before Christmas. It's a great way for people to get Christmas presents for 70% off, and they get 2 of them. So that's a big deal. And then December, we don't know yet. Now, in this box is where we are going to focus on our customers. So this is going to be our customers, which we always want to shoot for a $35 order because that's when they get to choose a special. Talking about personalization, this is a really good spot to think about personalization. Someone might buy, an essential storage tote that's $28, but they don't personalize it. Well, you can offer personalization, and then they're able to get a customer special. So always watch your orders. Again, if it's direct ship, there's not a whole lot you can do. But if you're able to tweak an order, and you always look at them and see if there's anything else that you can offer them. And sometimes, and I actually have this happen quite often, they have a customer special, but they don't use it. I always reach out to them if I'm able to and just say, hey, you know, you had a customer special available. Did you want to use that? Sometimes they're like, nope, I don't need it. At that point, I ask them if it would be okay if I offered it to the hostess, because then the hostess could use that customer special and then the party gets more PV. If the other way they could go, which actually happens often, is they don't even know that they had a customer special out there. So just by going back and saying, you know, you had a customer special available, do you want it? A lot of times they'll say, oh yeah, what are they? And then I send them the specials and then they order. So always check your orders to make sure those are used or that you follow up with them if they're not. For the August special, we have a few things. So we have the all-in organizer for $10. We have the stand tall bin for $20. And then online extra, 50% off. So again, maybe they don't like the all-in. Can you hear my son? He's so loud. Cool. Maybe they don't like the stand tall bin or the all-in organizer. The online extra, it's actually the special that seems to be taken most often this month so far, because it's just a variety of items that they can choose from. So make sure you're communicating that online extra as a potential customer special. One thing I do want to put in here, put it down here, is this is a double up, so they get to choose two. And it can be a mix match of any of the three possibilities. So again, that's a pretty big deal to get to. The September is the purses. That's the $25 purses, and they get to choose from 6 of them. Oh, where did that go? Here we go. All right, so then the next month is going to be October, and that is going to be a double up customer special again. So they get to choose 2, and it's 2. How do I want to do this? It's the MUT is the medium utility tote is going to be $10, or online extra again is 50% off. So again, they get to mix and match. And I want to say, look at that really quick. Okay, so this doesn't have to be 2 medium utility totes. It's kind of just a medium utility tote is 10, or an online special extra is 50% off. And then November is going to be, this is a 50% off holiday guide, or online extra again. So we were talking earlier today about this holiday guide because the holiday is part of the new catalog. What I can figure out, it's on the back of the customer special flyer, but also in the new fall catalog, which hopefully you will get a copy of soon if you haven't already. It's coming with the Virtuous Woman magazine. On page, let's see here. 31. Page 12 and 13, there's a 2-page spread of just holiday items. So it's inclusive of all those items, I believe. But we'll get more information as well when it gets closer, or more of explanation. Okay, so from there, am going to take us through incentives. I would have to say in the 6 or 4 years that I've been a part of 31, I've never seen this many incentives and opportunities to earn products or trips or whatever they're giving us. There's been a lot, and it's been pretty cool. I think the first and foremost, number one incentive is always our paychecks. And I'm just going to write on here payday, in which we get paid twice a month, which is the 10th and 25th. And that runs, let's see here. Let me do this. That runs every month. So you can put a line and an arrow right to that, because that's something that we can always have the opportunity to get. And then our next one is going to be our wishes rewards. So our wishes rewards, I love, you know, Claudia, for you, since you're a new consultant on here, you get $200 wishes rewards for every $1,000 in PV that you place. So that's your personal orders or customer orders. And you get that for your first full 4 months, as well as whatever was left over in the month that you joined. You also, after that, all of us can receive $400 in wishes rewards for sponsoring somebody who reaches $1,000 in sales. So as a new consultant, not only can you get it for the $1,000 PV, but you can also get it for sponsoring, and it's unlimited. So if you got $10,000 worth of PV, you get $200 for each of that 1,000. This wishes rewards can be used for business supplies. I know it's what I used to get my business supplies in the last week. So that's nice to not have to pay it out of your pocket, as well as products. So you can use wishes rewards to buy products under business supplies. You cannot use it on top of the 40% marketplace. So you do have to pay full retail, but you do use your wishes rewards to get it for free. And then the other two things that we can get are Visa gift cards. So if you earn a $200 in wishes rewards, you can get a $100 gift card, Visa gift card, or a $100 Disney card. They did change recently that you need to, bank your like Visa gift card amounts until you get to 500. It used to be you could do anything, but they did put a cap or a minimum of $500 on those rewards. So those are always great ways to earn, always, whenever you are sponsoring or when you're new, when you're partying. Oh, I don't want that one. And then the other items that we have, I'm going to see if I can fit all this on here because we have a lot of stuff to fit on here. Without wishes rewards, we have our AMP, which is 100 or 1,000. And Amy, you mentioned the $100 AMP that you were able to do. This is a really cool incentive. This is probably one of my favorites that they've done. A lot of times, not everybody is into this for a career or even a part-time job. They're just really in it to get some products. And this is a great way to get 60% off of a product or to earn a Hostess exclusive, which up until this AMP program, the only way that you could get it was through hosting your own party or collecting your orders and being a hostess. So this is a great incentive to put those exclusives in your hands right from the get-go. And that I do know that they have guaranteed that program will last through the end of the year. My guess is it will continue. They've seen some huge success. I think the last month or the month before, out of the 50-some thousand consultants or 60,000 consultants that we had at that time, I think they said 48,000 or something, 46, 48 had earned at least the $100 AMP reward, which is a really big deal because that just means people are becoming more active in their business. So there's the AMP. Let me try this again. And then also In August, we have this through the October. So WIT is the Wishes Incentive Trip. So that's the cruise that can be earned. This can be earned by anybody, which is the first time that they've ever done that. Used to have to be a leader, but they have offered this to everyone. And this is through October is the earning period for that. You earn points by sponsoring. You get 2,000 points for everyone you sponsor that reaches $1,000 in PV. And you get points for every dollar in sales that you do. I will tell you, you actually have to put a game plan together to really make any of the incentive trips because they aren't necessarily easy, but they are very doable. You just have to put a plan together on what you need to do to earn it, and you just have to be consistent and work your business. The other items on here are specific to August themselves. And don't ever feel like you could never do an incentive trip, because I'm going to tell you right now, I never thought I was going to earn the trip to the Bahamas, and I did, and I shocked myself. Why does that not want to go? So just know that you're very capable of doing it. You really do have to put a game plan in place. Well, that's annoying me here. Let's do this. All right, so now we have the All About the Benjamins. So this is if you do $400 in PV by the 14th of August, you can receive a personalized All About the Benjamins wallet, which is very cool. Is anybody gonna get that?
I'm close.
Who is that? I can't see you guys right now.
Claudia.
Claudia, awesome. I am not close.
I'm about halfway there, but I won't make it, Amy.
I would have some work to do. All right, I'm gonna just try and move this up a little bit. Sorry, you guys are seeing my formatting, but it's driving me nuts. Okay, so that's for August only, and now we also have early access. So early access is for consultants only to get fall products in their hands in time for fall. In this case, we won't have them in time for fall because of shipping, but they are looking to be shipped in our hands by the second week, I believe. So early access is the 15th through the 22nd. They do encourage that if you are going to get some early access products that you order on the 15th, if not earlier, because things will sell out. And when I say sell out, it doesn't mean that they'll sell out forever. They only put a certain amount aside for consultants, and once it's gone, it's gone. So if you want anything ahead of time, use the early access. It does go towards your PV, so that's nice, and you get the 40% off in Marketplace. That's where you order, so it does count towards your PV right off the bat. Personally, I typically don't use this only because I like incentives that are free. So I try and seek out, those monthly incentives. Conference, I got a lot of new products at conference versus doing the early access. But if you don't have any fall products and you want something to carry around to market the fall catalog, I highly recommend doing the early access. So that is all the incentives that we have going on. Now, you will have the sheets going forward after our meeting. So as we learn new things for the next months, you can just fill this in. We will have something, I'm sure, in the other months to come for, monthly incentives or product incentives for us. So just keep your eyes out on that, and then you can keep track of that if you want. The final thing that we will do on here is the personal development. If you don't already know, I also do Color Street, but I do it more for the discount, and it's been very eye-opening to see what another direct sales company does. And I think what I've learned is 31 really does a lot for us, and it's free. So I highly recommend just being aware of all the development and trainings that are specifically on TOT and taking advantage of those because they're there for you. The first one is the 31 Live, which happens the 1st and 15th of every month. So in the first, they always go like kick off the month with ideas and things to think about. And then on the 15th, they always do a wrap up. So a wrap up on how to end your month strong. And that is offered every month. So you can draw a line right through that, through the December. The next thing is kind of what we're doing right now, if I can get this to copy, is Celebrate and Connect meetings. So we have these every, oh, what did I just do? We have these every couple of, or every few months. They are going to be doing another one in December. So we have this today. I'm just going to put CNC so it fits. Oh, hold on a minute. Not right now, buddy. My son was trying to take the cake off the counter. That's bigger than he is. So in August, we have our CNC Celebrate and Connect meeting right now. And then we will have another one in December. And I will do the same thing where I will do this again online because I think it works for you guys and when you can't attend in person. Otherwise, if there's ever meetings in person, you're always more than welcome to go to those too. So look for more information in October on that December Celebrate and Connect because sign up won't be until October, but they'll notify us when the time is right. The next one is going to be a training for us that is called Set for Fall, which is going to be on August 13th. They will be doing a training on TOT. It will be recorded, in which they'll kind of go through the fall products and ways to sell and those I guess like solution sets and just kind of things to think about as we start reaching into our fall. So that training will be on 8/13. Claudia, have you listened to a new consultant seminar yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so they do that every month, and it's under your new consultant information on TOT.
Okay.
It might be a little redundant for you at the moment because you probably know most of the information, but sometimes it's just good.
Still worth listening to.
Just to, catch up or see if you're missing anything.
Okay.
And I know they go through like TOT and your back office and things that are important there, and then like setting up parties and just tips and tricks really. But they offer that every month. I know for August it's already done with, but look for one in September.
Okay.
And I think they have the dates on there on TOT so you can proactively see when it is. So that they always have, and then they do have a new or a senior consultant university now. So this is really cool. This is something that they just started doing last year. To be a senior consultant, it is sponsoring 2 people that have reached qualification or $1,000 in sales. And when you become a senior consultant, you get 2% income off of your team's sales, because at that point you do have a team. So in November they have, where did my box go? They have a, let me go in here again, a senior consultant university. So this is actually where you would go to home office in Ohio, and they do a home tour or a home office tour. as well as spend time with you as a senior consultant on really what that means, responsibilities as being someone with a team, and really how to set you up for maybe becoming a director. And like I said earlier, that director has an extra 10% in income at 35% plus the team sales. So it really does make a difference. But if you're interested in becoming a senior consultant, always feel free to reach out to me and we can talk through kind of what that means to get there, and kind of what that looks like. But that's pretty exciting. It's new. And it's always nice to have the opportunity to go to home office and meet the leadership there and just kind of what's happening. And they love to pour into us. So it's a lot of fun. Okay, so that is our 5-month business plan. It is a way for us to capture everything going on between now and December that we know of right now. So in December, when we know those specials and those hostess specials, you can fill out that part. But I always find it really overwhelming to have all these flyers and not be able to keep track of what's going on. So this will be a way for you to look back and say, okay, these are the specials. Maybe you have someone at a party who loves the purses. You can be able to tell them that in September it's on sale if they would like to wait and get it then. I always used to hate when we didn't know these specials months in advance, that someone would order something and then it would go on special the next month. And I always felt bad because I didn't know. I couldn't tell them. So this is a really great way for you to be ahead of what's happening and have it in front of you in one spot. Any questions about any of that? I just talked through.
No, this is super helpful.
Good.
I have some customers who are going to be happy to see the medium utility totes coming back.
It is. Absolutely. And like those are those key moments of reaching back out and just letting them know what's going on. And I feel, sorry guys, this meeting is kind of going longer than I was hoping for, but that happens to me all the time. Okay, we're going to do 2 more things. I'm going to have you guys listen to a 3-minute video on the new Gibbs program for the next selling season. And then we're going to do a challenge on that PowerPoint grid one more time. So let's find my video. And where did I put that?
Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great time celebrating and connecting with your 31 sisters. We know that 1 in 3 women will experience domestic violence in her lifetime, so we are going all in for women this fall. During the months of September, October, and November, all Roundup proceeds will go to support domestic violence survivors across the U.S. and Canada. In the U.S., our fall Roundup donations will support the Independence Project, a credit-building program created by the National Network to End Domestic Violence. Through this program, women can receive a zero-fee, zero-interest loan of $100 to boost her credit scores. By paying back just $10 for 10 months, she can get approved to sign that lease, buy that car, and get started on her new, safe life. These microloans plant the seeds of freedom for women escaping financial abuse. 31 provided a seed grant to start this program in 2017, and since that time, we've funded 25% of the loans distributed through this program in the U.S. That is something you can really be proud of. In Canada, fall Roundup donations will go to Women's Shelters Canada. Our donations will help support sheltersafe.ca, a website that connects women across the country to 24/7 support. We will also be contributing to the Second Stage Shelter Program, which provides women with apartments to help them transition out of an abusive relationship. While you're sharing Roundup this fall, take pride in where these donations are going. Let your customers and hostesses know that their pennies add up to make a real, tangible difference in women's lives. We're also thankful for everything else that you do to be the give in your local communities. We know that so many of you are active in your local shelters, helping women begin the healing process. I'm proud to be coming to you today from Choices, a brand new state-of-the-art facility not far from our home office in Columbus. Because of the amazing outpouring of support that we received during last year's conference Give Back, we allocated some of the money that you raised to support this incredible facility. Inside the shelter, there's a 31 group room where women work with qualified staff members to navigate the important work that's needed to transition to safety and begin to truly believe, actually, I can. Because of you, our sisterhood is positively impacting the lives of girls, women, and families across North America. Thank you for everything you do to support 31 Gives, and I hope you will join me in wearing your purple to show commitment to empowering all women.
Very cool. You know, what I was talking about earlier today with the other group is I think sometimes we forget to share some of these stories and the efforts that 31 and us as consultants do. Make sure you're sharing in your VIP groups and your parties that we are putting these efforts in place and that when they round up their orders, that's where it's going to. It's a staple post that I do in my Facebook script. But also share the stories on your VIP groups. I'm going to see if that video may be on TOT or under the 31 Gifts YouTube channel, but that is I got some kids mad. This is a great way. Share that video of, what we're doing. And you don't have to recreate it. You can just share it. And that's a great way to communicate the Gives program as well. Okay, so I'm gonna do a challenge for you guys, and we're gonna do it on this script again. Let me share. On your sheet of paper, like just on the back of it that you just did the business plan, what I want you to do is a tic-tac-toe grid. So it's gonna look like a tic-tac-toe. Like this, and we're gonna fill it out. So my challenge to you is to get a tic-tac-toe, and when you do, I have some happy mail I'll send you. If you get a full page filled out, I will obviously send you a bigger gift because that's really cool. But I'm gonna give this challenge to you for the month of August, and I want you to stay connected and send me your boards so I can see how you're doing, and I want to send you something. So I'm going to give you the squares that we're going to fill out. So this first one is going to be Shop Fall Early Access. That's on August 15th. So if you shop the Early Access event, you can cross out that box. And I have the 8:15 on there. I mean, you can do it at any time during the Early Access, but I put 8:15 on there because things will sell out. And I just want to put the 8:15 date in your mind. The second one is going to be Watch a 31 Live, which the next one is on 8:15 it's going to be 8 p.m. Central Time. These are really great videos. I get a lot of the information up front during my leadership calls, which are every Tuesday, but I still join these 31 Live phone calls because I think there's some really great information and ideas in there. And then this is going to be level 1 AMP. So if you do 100 in sales this month and reach the level 1 AMP, you can cross out that box. And then the next one, we're going to do submit the $400 by 8/14 for your free all about the Benjamin's wallet. And cross that one out. Tanya, I saw just a little bit ago your Facebook post that had a graphic that said you would do, I think it was 40% off if they ordered by the 14th. Is that right? I'm trying to see if that graphic. That's a, oh no, it was an enter to win.
So
I'm sorry.
if they order by the 14th, win, yeah. And then I'll pick a winner, one or two, depending on how many orders I get, and I'll pick one person to get 40% off a fall item in September.
Okay, I love this, and I actually just copied it. So I mean, basically, it's a push to get some orders in by the 14th to try to hit that $400. That is a great way to put it on your VIP group, and then also send it to a bunch of your customers. You know, it can be those that have ordered those patterns that are discontinuing, or those customers of yours that just like to order all the time. Why not give them a chance to get 40% off? But that's a great, I love that graphic, and I love that idea to try and get some orders by the 14th. The next one is going to be order fall business supplies. If you have not done this yet, make sure you do that right away. They did tell us that we would have them by September 1st, even with the whole shipping thing. So that won't be an issue. Some things to make sure you order. I'm going to stop sharing for a minute so you can see my camera. Here's what you're going to order: your catalogs, of course. So do these. I also, oh, I forgot to grab it. I do a Hostess flyer. I put those in my Hostess packets, and in our business supplies, there's a Hostess flyer, which gives Hostess rewards on the back of it, and they can put their wish list as well as their attendees. You don't have to. It's something that I've started to use. Your customer specials, super important. You can order those by month in your back office. I will tell you, I do the subscription. So if you go into TOT, you can, under your back office, under home, there's a little subscriptions tab. If you click into there, you have the option to do a 3-month subscription. It's the same price. The nice part is they charge you all at once, and then you get all 3 months of special flyers without having to remember to order them, which I can never remember. So I prefer the subscription. What else do I stick in for hosts or for, the opportunity brochure. So I have these, and I put these in my Hostess packets as well. And this is the opportunity brochures. So it's really a catalog, a Hostess flyer if you want to do that, the opportunity brochure, and then the customer flyer are really the minimum things that I order. There's a ton of business supplies on there. You don't need all of it. There's no need to. I don't do business cards. I do, whenever you're out and about and somebody says, questions the products that you're using, carry mini catalogs with you. I have an example. This is what I do for vendor events, but this little mini catalog in here, just put a label on it and pass that out as your business card. Nobody keeps business cards. Everybody throws them away. By giving this little booklet, at least you're putting product pictures in their hands to look at versus a business card that they're going to throw away. I made a joke, but it actually ended up not really being a joke, is, I sit in the car wash and I am always looking for something to look at, and it's either my phone. But if you give someone one of these instead of a business card, they throw it even in their car. And when they're sitting at a car wash or sitting for a couple of minutes, I guarantee you they will look at it, and then they have your information on the back. So I would do this over business cards. I do this, which is a magnet. It's like a business card. I only give these out for customers that order, I put this in a thank you. And this is then a magnet for them to put on their fridge. They always have my face right in front of them on their fridge. But this is an alternative to that. And though these magnets, we have a discount through Vistaprint. So if you search on TOT Vistaprint, it'll give you the link. It has these this template that you just put a picture of yourself on it, and you can order right through Vistaprint. And they have paper business cards, and they have these magnets. So again, it's not a need to have. It's just something over time I've kind of tweaked and figured out what to do. But the mini catalogs are definitely a good idea versus a business card. All right, we're going to go back to our tic-tac-toe and finish up here. So attend a CNC meeting. So you can mark this off today for attending this. And then the bottom is going to be a set for fall training on TOT, which is going to be August 13th. So watch that. And again, I think they're recording that. I can never watch these things live. So don't feel bad if you can't, and just get on TOT when you have a minute and watch it when you can. The next is going to be a level 2, which is going to be our AMP 1000. And then last, I'll explain this in a little bit here. So watch and share. I don't know, they call it a Facebook party. On 31 Gifts Facebook group. So what I'm trying to get at this is they've been doing watch parties or like videos, live videos on the 31 Gifts group. And you can share those. That's all shareable content. The last one they just did was on 8/8, which was about kid life, mom life, and back to school. These are great because they're showing products for you. So you can literally take that video and share it into your VIP group or into a party, and they're doing the work for you. So the last one was on August 8th. You can still go back into the 31 Gifts group and find that August 8th video and share that out. I can't remember when the next one is, but they are doing these a few times a month, and they're extremely helpful. So that is our tic-tac-toe. So again, what I'm planning on doing is staying in connection with you guys. And then as you complete your tic-tac-toes, let me know so I can send you some gifts and celebrate your accomplishments for the month. Did everybody get all of them down?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep, I'm good.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing, and then if you need it, let me know. Okay. I think we're done. My whole family is coming in. They're all trying to make dinner around me. So, and I'm sure you guys have lives to live. So the MUT, the medium utility tote, is the utility tote that is the special this month. And I have little papers. Do you want to tell one of my children to come out and do this with me? Or are they all in
Okay, I'm going to ask one quick question. So they're changing to 3 or 4 catalogs a year?
Yeah, so as far as the catalogs go, they're every 3 months. So we're not going to have the 2 catalogs anymore. It's just going to be the 1, but they're going to change it out like the guide. So every 3 months, we will have a new catalog.
I don't like that.
So it is more business supplies, but it's less business supplies because we were doing 2 catalogs with the main 6-month catalog and like the summer guide. The summer and winter guides were every 3 months. So they're keeping the consistency. Personally, I have loved it because it gives me another reason to reach out to my customers. So it just gives another reason to contact them to say, hey, this is what's going on. Now, if you can't afford to do the catalogs or you don't want to do it, there is always on TOT and marketing materials a digital copy of the catalog. Send that out via text message. It's another way to get the catalog in front of them without paying for the materials. The other piece is we have a ton of products online that aren't even in the catalog. Get them to your website because that's where everything is. So
it's hard to keep up with the catalog when it changes so often.
I totally understand. There is always a lot going on. Choose what works for you. And I always say they basically give us a Sunday bar. And it can get very overwhelming at times with the incentives and the specials and this catalog, but this one's ending. Pick your priorities and figure out what you actually want to socialize. You don't have to do everything. And honestly, to do everything is overwhelming. Pick out and focus on something and just go with it. You're not going to miss anything. You're not going to miss out on customer orders or whatever by just narrowing your focus and do what works for you. We all have our own passion products. Use those passion products over anything else. If people see your passion in using that product, they will want to buy it. If you're pushing something that you don't really love, they're not going to buy it. And I have a few products, like I don't love the jewelry. I wear some of it just because we have it, but it's not something that I push. It's not something that I really even sell. And that's okay. It's part of our main catalog, but it's not something that I focus on. So think about that and how you can work it for you. These are the two. It's the, you can't really see it. It's a snow globe. These were actually the Christmas patterns last year. They're bringing them back, and then we're also getting these for free. And then it's the snowy slopes is the other one. So I have. No one wants to pull names, so I'm going to pull them. All right, Amy, we'll do you first. You are getting snowy globes. And then I will mail these to you, just like I did last time. And then Tanya, snowy slopes.
Thank you.
And then Jen, we got snow globes.
You.
And then Claudia, snowy slopes. Yeah,
thank you.
Through. So this is an incentive. This is free to you. Use them however you want. These are the gifts that I like to give away either in my VIP groups or as a hostess if they host. We got them for free, but they're a really wanted product. So use it to your advantage in a big way. It's free to you. It doesn't, if you want to use it and try and gain customers and hostesses that way, totally do it. You can always sell it later. So use those to your advantage. I will get those in the mail this week so you have them. The other thing I will end with, because we didn't really talk a lot about it, is the Hello Happy. So Hello Happy are going to be kind of subscriptions. It's not being called a subscription because we don't have the website to make it work. So they don't have the subscription piece figured out yet technology-wise. It will probably be coming. There's no timeline. They've been working on it for a while. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen or when it's going to happen. But that's where it's going. You can order them on August 22nd through August 31st. And then it will ship September 1st. Now, these are bundles for our customers. Obviously, we can buy them too, but they are for our customers. They are mystery bundles. Kind of to your point, Jen, what we were talking about earlier. They're not telling any of us what's in them. They are not telling leaders. They're not getting any of us a sneak peek. What they have told us is it's 3 to 4 products, and it is all new. It will be new patterns, new products. It will not be in the catalog. It will not be old stuff that we've seen before. It will be fresh and new. And we were talking earlier today, and another consultant who's been doing it for 4 years too, she had the idea that they might be using this as a testing ground for new products in years to come. That these might be the products that we're giving away now in these mystery bundles to see how they set up later. There is a theme each month, so they will get a card that has to do with the theme. For the month of September, the theme is kindness. And so they will get an inspirational card with the 3 to 4 products that will get shipped September 1st. It's $31. They can place this Hello Happy bundle in a party, which is really cool. So it can go towards the $35 qualifier for a special. So it kind of is that mystery bundle. They don't know how this is going to go. They can't guarantee us it's not going to sell out or what's going to happen. What they did say in a call I listened to last night is we sold 60,000 snackers in one day. Which just tells you what our sales force can do when we're behind a product. And I have a feeling this one is going to be very popular. Subscription boxes themselves are extremely popular right now, and people love the mystery of them. So if you start socializing the mystery of it, but the fact that they're brand new, exciting products, I have a feeling they're going to do really well. And they're at a $31 price point, which keeps them inexpensive and can be used for a qualifier. So that's what I know about the Hello Happy. They are doing on-demand training. So what that means is they'll put training videos on TOT. I think they said the 19th of this month. They will be on TOT. Amy Neal is putting those together right now, which will just help us understand what we're doing, how to socialize, and what that looks like. And then, so the cadence will be, you order August 22nd through the 31st, it will hit your August PV, and then they ship September 1st. And then September 22nd through September 31st, they can be ordered and hit your September PV, and they'll ship out October 1st. So that's the cadence that they will go in.
So anybody can order them?
Anybody can order them, yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this. I will be ordering every month, I think, as a consultant, because I want to know what's in them. Now, that's another keynote. The same bundles will be sent for the month. So that you don't want a customer to order 2 because they'll get the same stuff. So that's where it becomes like that subscription of like once a month. So I don't know if you have any, I guess, customers or friends or family on Facebook that ever showcase their subscription books. I know a few people, there's subscription boxes that are perfect candidates to reach out to say, hey, 31's got something. Are you interested? So it's pretty exciting. I always think of you, Tanya, because I know you were trying to put something together like this not too long ago. And so when I heard it, I was like, yes. We went over a lot today. I'm sorry this ran so long, but what questions do you guys have? Do you have anything that you want to know that I can help share?
Just curious, would you ever invite me to one of your Facebook parties just so I can see how you do it?
Yes.
I do them, but I just feel like I've lost the touch or the, I don't know.
Amy, I will do something even better. I will invite you to one, but I have the script and the graphics all done, and I will send that to you. So
Could you do the same for me too, please?
You will have a package. Claudia, you have it on our team page. So if you go into our team page under Unit 2, the Facebook script and the graphics are in there. And that's just what I'm using. I still kind of tweak it every once in a while, but I will do that every 3 months. I will create a new script based on the new catalog and then the graphics. And then you guys can use that for the 3 months, however you choose. Just tweak it obviously for you and your why and whatever. But I will put those together. And it becomes easy because then you can just copy and paste and do those. Hi, little girl. Smiley.
It was mass chaos downstairs, so she had to come up here. She's the one who was causing the chaos.
Her and Cole would get along very well. Any other questions before we cut the call off?
I don't.
All right. Good luck in August. Use your tic-tac-toe to help you, guide you. There is a checklist on TOT that looks like this. That is how to get ready for fall. I would say take a look at it and see if there's anything on here that you're missing that you want to put as a priority. It's just things to remember to do. It's always hard when you change catalogs because you have to think about everything. That's it. Good luck with everything. Make sure you communicate with me your tic-tac-toe so I can send you guys out some gifts, and then I'll get out your medium utility totes. And that's a wrap.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good week, guys.
You too.
You too. Good night.